I call the member for Higgins.
Thank you, Mr Deputy Speaker. Throughout my career as a paediatrician, I have seen firsthand the experience of parents and parents-to-be and how varied these experiences can be. Some people are lucky enough to have a baby happy, safe, thriving. Others are not so fortunate. For some, the hope and expectation of an impending delivery are dashed when things go terribly wrong. For those who suffer infant loss, either in pregnancy or soon after, the physical and emotional tolls are painful and traumatic. Mr Deputy Speaker, in Australia, these experiences are unfortunately all too common, experienced by 150,000 women each year, and 147,000 of these are miscarriages. There are 1,750 stillborns each year. That's 6 families affected each and every day. 850 babies die in the first 28 days after birth each year. Sadly, 3 in every 1,000 babies born each year in Australia die before they reach 12 months of age. What's more, the deep and ongoing emotional effects brought on by these tragic events are often underestimated and overlooked, including depression, anxiety, changes in relationships, development of unhealthy coping strategies, and post-traumatic stress disorders. While the subsequent grief associated with pregnancy and infant loss is common, it is often a private grief. Between my 3rd and 4th child, I experienced a miscarriage. The loss was devastating. As I highlighted in my first speech, words like widow and orphan describe loss, but there are no words to describe the loss of an infant. Every parent has the right to hope for a child, and we must undertake every effort to ensure that our systems provide compassionate, individualised and skilled levels of support both during and after loss. Mr Deputy Speaker, tomorrow, October 15, is International Pregnancy and Infant Loss Remembrance Day. It marks an official occasion to acknowledge that pregnancy and infant loss is a shared loss. Together, we take the opportunity to promote greater awareness, remembrance and support of the individuals, families and communities that are affected irrevocably by these terrible losses. Whilst this is the month where we talk about our great losses, I'm also optimistic about the great strides in research and transformative technologies that help prevent infant loss, therapies that help to ensure premature babies actually survive, and they don't just survive, that they thrive. Mr Deputy Speaker, the Morrison government recognises the devastation that pregnancy and infant loss has on families, and that is why we are taking pragmatic steps to invest in supporting these families through our $52 million perinatal service and support package. This investment includes $43 million for a new mental health program to support the mental health of expectant and new parents in Australia and provide support for families experiencing grief following stillbirth, miscarriage or infant death. Further includes $7 million investment for stillbirth measures, including a stillbirth education and awareness program, research to minimise preventable stillbirth, and investment in a new, safer baby bundle project, an initiative to reduce Australia's high rate of stillbirth. Lastly, Mr Deputy Speaker, the investment will provide an improved and targeted intensive support service for families during the vulnerable and challenging period following miscarriage and stillbirth. Additionally, the government has also tabled its response to the 2018 Senate Select Committee on Stillbirth Research and Education report and have agreed in principle to all recommendations made by the committee, including to the development of a national stillbirth action plan to reduce the rate of stillbirth and to improve quality of care in relation to stillbirth. Those affected by infant and pregnancy loss should not suffer alone. Today, we pause to remember the babies that have been lost. Every day, we should work towards a future where this burden is reduced and all Australians afforded the support they require, particularly when they are at their most vulnerable. Mr Deputy Speaker, I commend to the House the member for Wirrawah's private member's motion. Thank you.